How's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving in with a brand new game that has just entered early access over on Steam. This is Voor De Kroon. I said that really fast to go ahead and mask the fact that I absolutely butchered the pronunciation, but this is a medieval game that is very much kind of resembling of Total War and Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. In the battles you command these larger units, but you're also fighting as a commander, and on the campaign map you can go ahead and then do some city management, which is really exciting. I will say though, at the beginning, this is a very early stage of the project. It has literally just gone into early access, I think a couple of days ago, and that absolutely shows. So I definitely recommend going over and sticking this on your wish list to keep up to date with it and showing that the project definitely has some support, but I would maybe hold off on purchasing at the moment and wait for future updates, unless of course you want to go ahead and support the development of the game, and you can obviously go ahead and do that. But I just feel like there isn't enough in the game to justify the £20 price tag. But of course I'm definitely going to be following this and hopefully seeing more and more updates being added to it, and we get more and more features. So what we're going to do in today's video, just to basically go ahead and take a look at it, we're going to go ahead and start the tutorial campaign. This will basically go ahead and teach us exactly how to play. You can see right here they also have a grand campaign, and I believe you can also go ahead and choose between all the different types of factions, and you can even play as your own custom faction as well if you want to in the campaign, which again is a nice little addition. But yeah, that's going to be plenty of different factions that you can mess around with in the campaign map, which is very cool. But in this playthrough we're going to be going ahead and playing as the tutorial campaign, and this is going to be putting us in the shoes of William II. The game also has a hardcore mode as well, which actually deletes your save file on death, which is pretty goddamn insane. Definitely a crazy feature to have in the game. So here we are on the campaign map. The campaign map looks great, a really nice job there. This is going to be very closed in because it is just the tutorial, so it's going to be kind of just giving you the kind of basic fundamentals of the game, which we will of course learn together. So the campaign map consists of settlements that are connected through supply routes, which is always lovely to see. I love it when developers go ahead and map out supply routes and stuff like that, because it just goes ahead and shows that the attention to detail and the kind of how armies actually function is at least thought about as they go in. And this is obviously crucial. This will go ahead and basically show you how to move your armies. You'll be able to move your armies through these supply lines, and that's basically going to be how you progress. So connecting them up to settlements is super important. You can go ahead and manage your settlement by recruiting soldiers here, upgrading certain buildings, which we can definitely think about doing, and we can also manage the garrison, which we'll take a look at when we get in there. And then finally you can also transfer units as well to armies and other stuff along them lines, which is good. So the campaign map is actually the campaign map, and the campaign is turn-based, so there's no real time about it. And again, you're getting a nice little glimpse of the overall campaign map. This is obviously all filtered out when you've actually got playing the grand campaign, but because we're playing the tutorial, we're just really kind of focused in here on, I guess, conquering this. You can see the supply line right here as well. So this is the supply line going from this city all the way over to this one. Does it actually look like the cities are actually mapped on the tutorial? At least I believe they are in the grand campaign, but there is actually nothing here right now. Again, you can already start to see why I'm saying that stick this on your wish list, but maybe don't purchase it, because again, this stuff is, you know, early in development. So I think first things first, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to build up William's army, and to do that we're going to want to go ahead and recruit some units. Doesn't actually look like we can recruit anyone right now. Okay, that's fair enough. Can we go ahead and transfer these over at all maybe? Yeah, okay, so unfortunately no recruitment on the first turn. It seems, I imagine the game will probably tell me how to recruit as we go further on, but we can go ahead and end the season, and this will bring us to our Lordly Hall. In the Lordly Hall we'll be able to make a whole set of interesting decisions, what we want to really focus on in the next season of the game. So we'll go ahead and click issue decree, and right here we have a ton of options, so we can focus on medicine, and again this is all tied to your wealth, which is this little coin up here. We can give speeches. Again, all this stuff is way too expensive for us, but each of these will go ahead and give us certain bonuses. We could organize a trade mission, start an emergency tax, obviously go ahead and try and boost up our food supplies. I believe there's also kind of foreign stuff as well to go ahead and create truces, and then we have military as well. Again, not quite rich enough for any of this, so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and maybe do an extra harvest. So we're going to go ahead and kind of hurry the peasants along and get them to focus on building as much food as possible, because we're going to utilize that to actually recruit some soldiers. The game is also suggesting that I do go ahead and lead the charge, which we're not going to do quite yet. I want to build up a few more soldiers, but it's basically just teaching me exactly how to do that. And then obviously once we hopefully win, we'll be able to either occupy or plunder the territory. So to do that, it'd be super easy to do. Just basically do this and click attack. However, they have 4 units right now, so I think I'm going to basically maybe just recruit for a turn without too much hassle. So we can recruit some crossbowmen from the list, it seems like, and each one of these is individual and also comes with different prices, which again is an interesting kind of take on the game. Like, these guys are 74 gold, these are 77. I'm not really sure what the difference is between them. Maybe they just have different bonuses, and of course I bought the more expensive unit by mistake right there, and that's fine. Do we want to go ahead and upgrade the settlement at all? We can upgrade the farming, and we can't afford any of this. Can't build any forts. No need to change any of this. I mean, levy taxes may not be a bad idea. We'll just go balance for now. We're making 36 gold. That's fine. And yeah, I think we have to wait a turn right until our unit is recruited. So we're in autumn, and again, I don't think there's anything I really need to worry about. We're going to go into winter soon, so our food supplies don't need to be touched right now. I did not mean to click that again. I just issued another extra harvest. I am working the peasants hard, and they're not going to be happy about it. I can already see it. But we now have our fort unit, so let's go ahead and move up and click the attack. He should only have, yeah, he actually has 5 units, so he also recruited. But we have an extra unit of crossbows, and we actually do have to spend food to go ahead and initiate this battle, which is pretty interesting, honestly, because the army is on the move, so we have to supply the army as it goes, and now we will get into the battles. So here we are on the battlefield right now. You can see the soldiers are setting up. We are outnumbered. We have 2 units of swords, 2 units of crossbows. The enemy has 2 units of swords, a unit of bowmen, and 2 units of peasants, I believe that is. So the peasant militia rising up, ready to try and stop us. And here we go. So as I said, the game is kind of, in that resemblance of Total War style engagements, which is pretty cool to see. And then you jump in and play as the actual unit itself. You can also go ahead and adjust for certain things. You can build siege equipment. You can build barricades. Again, we don't have access to any of that right now. The controls feel good, but also could definitely do with some refining, I think. And hopefully we'll continue to see that as we go forward. So let's go ahead and stick these guys. Maybe just stick them in the front lines, like so. And then I'm going to, I guess, stick my crossbows out onto the flanks so they can fire in and start doing some serious damage to the enemy. I think it's going to be a good setup because here we are outnumbered. I'm hoping they won't try and like ram around us, but I think we'll be fine. And then we'll start the battle and get ourselves stuck in. So here we are on the battlefield. Here is a William II, the Battle of Acamar, looking very cool indeed. You can obviously move around. It's weird as well because you basically move completely with your mouse, which is a little bit weird. And of course, it's going to be the lowlands without a windmill off into the distance. The game does look good. It's got like a really nice art style. I'm a big fan of this. And you can go down the battle line and scream freedom or for Wrath for Ruin in the world's end, which is always really fun. The controls do feel a little bit weird, so you can go ahead and command, but you are basically stuck from this point of view of the commander, which honestly isn't actually a bad thing. I like the idea that you are kind of a bit more locked in from the commander. As I said, the controls do feel a little bit weird because it is like A and D don't do anything. It's all on your mouse, which is interesting. And then, of course, you can go ahead, pull out your sword, draw your secondaries, and get stuck in. Combat feels okay, really quite static right now. Definitely a feature of the modders. I get bloody shot in the shoulder, which is not good. And again, I believe if we die, the battle is over as well. So it's really important to stay alive. The men are dying. So let's go ahead and select our men, get them to charge. Yeah, we'll charge them in. And the crossbows should be fine. So our crossbows are there. You guys hammer them. We'll get these guys to charge. And our final crossbow can go ahead and hit them. I think that should be enough setup. Destroy the weak men. I don't know if there's a way to dismount as well. I have clicked like every button. Archers definitely shoot. Okay, yeah, I can dismount. Good. And we can go ahead and get stuck in. So yeah, as you can see, it does look very cool. You've got the arrow fire coming in. I think like aesthetically, the game is pretty awesome. You can see, oh my god, the combat is brutal. But yeah, the combat is pretty basic. It doesn't have like any directional combat that we love and know from Bannerlord. But it still is pretty goddamn cool. Am I breaking through? And again, they don't have a lot of soldiers. You do feel like you are cutting your opponents to pieces, which is nice. Again, I definitely think the game could do with some UI to like help better command stuff for sure. We're going to move in here and cut this guy down. Okay, they're going in for another charge. Oh, finisher! Nice. Like, the combat feels nice. I just feel like it just needs more time to be developed. The actual kill animations are dope. And I like the aesthetic of, like, the bloodiness going in. Definitely feel like the game does... Oh, is that friendly fire? Yeah, that is friendly fire. I'm so sorry, my man. Definitely something I think we need to have, though, is a bit more control over... like the units. Like, I have no idea what unit. I think I'm controlling the right units here, but it is really hard. Like, we need some sort of bar or something in the mod, because the battles, as I said, are quite explosive. They're fun to use, but definitely could could do with some improvement. Got hit there. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. Let's pull back. And I think the bottom left is our HP bar. I'm actually not too sure if the game does model the HP as we cut down some more soldiers on the flank. But yeah, cavalry charges are devastating on this game. You can already start to see, like, you can imagine how good a Teutonic order or a, you know, kind of a heavily knightly cavalry order is. And as I said, the kills are absolutely brutal. They really are. And again, it's not just like me doing these kill animations as well. The basic units also do them, which is nice. Just get you guys to keep on pushing. I think we're going to break through on that flank. And again, I've killed so many. So yeah, it's really cool to see all the rest of your units firing. Are you guys going to, like, move or not? And nice, it looks like we've got them on the run now. Awesome. I mean, I tell my boys to keep on pursuing. This guy's holding his line, but unfortunately, not going to fare. Ah, nice. We leveled up as well. Hell yeah. William, oh, I'm so sorry for too much friendly fire. I mean, we should definitely pursue them, right? Definitely pursue them, yeah. Wait, did I select the wrong guys? Oh, I selected them, guys. You guys are fighting bear, sorry. Yeah, we seemingly only have a couple units left. Luckily, it's just peasants here who, as you can see, we cut to pieces. And our crossbows are in the flank now, so they should help out. And then I think we just have a couple more units of spearmen over here left to deal with. And then the crossbows will fire in another couple volleys. Okay, here we go. We're charging in. The boys have rallied. And yeah, I think we'll make quick work of that. They managed to get another volley off and I get taken down. And I'm dead. I'm literally dead at the battle. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That really is. And there you go. The tutorial goes ahead and shows you that the tutorial will continue. And again, you just have to be quite careful in not dying. It's something you have to pay real attention to. Now I can show you as well the actual grand campaign. So we'll just play as the Dutch shore and you guys can get a bit of glimpse of the game. So as I said, the battles look great. They just need kind of some fine tuning. And you can also see like the sheer scale of the campaign map and the supply modes as well, so you can't just like march armies through like swamp or forest. You actually have to kind of follow these supply lines and push up as you go, which is like I like that a lot. I wish there was also a map to zoom all the way out to kind of get a nice little glimpse of everything you can mess around with. And as well, something I didn't even mention is that this game is just made by one person as well, so it's not like there's a big team on this. It is just one dude going ahead and showing us everything that is available. So right now we have, I think, a couple settlements as the Dutch, as Holland. Again, we can upgrade this. You have public order, you have your economy, your garrison size, and your population. But yeah, staying alive is very, very important. And obviously, as you progress on, you'll be unlocking better and better units. So you'll start off with the basic ones, and you'll unlock into like more heavy melee infantry. You'll go into these surf units, which are kind of like light cavalry, and you even have knights on foot. There's a lot to go ahead and experiment with. And yeah, I mean, there you go. I actually did just kind of travel by boat there. But I mean, honestly, I wanted just to show this game off because I think it is really interesting and has tons of potential. I'll be definitely very excited to see where this project does go. Be sure to let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments, and maybe if you want to see something, kind of continued updates on this, do let me know, and I'd be happy to go ahead and cover that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.